going into the international break. The final score, City 5, Fulham 1. Well, let's go back to the studio and we can join FG.
Thank you, Ellie. Manchester City, 5-star Manchester City beating Fulham 5-1. David, James, Darius Vassell and Kit joining me in the studio. Let's get your reactions. David, great second half.
What a second half. Darius turned up late, as we know, but that was fine. He joined us at the right time, and he was saying, I heard there's going to be a lot of goals. And then it was 0-0. Yeah. And then all of a sudden, we asked a question, or you asked a question about how Fulham would feel after the late goal in the first half, disputed goal. But City came out there with total control.
Let's take it back from the top then. Let's start from the first goal of the game. Nice little play between our two forwards. Haaland to Alvarez. Darius, great start to the game for City, wasn't it?
A bit of fortune. Do they need it? Not really with the quality they've got in the team, but we were speaking about Alvarez. He puts them away, doesn't he? If it's there, he sticks them in the back of the net. So he's done his job there. Took advantage of the fortune that he got to get the opportunity, I think.
And Kit, the lead didn't last very long at all. It was an equaliser for Fulham almost straight away from Ream, and that gave him the confidence. And it was deserved really on the balance of play, wasn't it?
Well, it was in that first half. Fulham played very well in the first half, and it was 90 seconds after the opening goal from City, sloppy defending from a corner and a tap-in for Ream at the back post. So it was poor from a City point of view. Still celebrating the goal, I think, a little bit. But that gave Fulham a bit of hope, and deservedly so. Like I said, up to that stage, certainly they were going up into injury time into the first half. They were probably, pretty much even Stevens. They were equal to City, really.
No, they definitely were in the first half. But David James, I'm coming to you as a member of the goalkeeper union. A very controversial second goal for Manchester City, one in which social media has erupted and are convinced that the goal shouldn't have stood. And I think all of us in the studio sort of see that point of view.
Yeah, I think again it's interpreting how you interpret the law, and the initial header from Ake, there was no obstruction by Akanji on Leno. However, because the ball effectively goes through Akanji, Leno is waiting to make a decision or try and make the save, and the ball goes in. And like you said at half time, I think Fulham will feel hard done by because, as Kit said there, they were even in the game. I think City probably sat there and went, we're a better team than this, and now we've got an opportunity just to take full charge. And that man there, another hat-trick, another match ball, another extension on the house to fit all the match balls in.
Absolutely. Another hat-trick, another match ball. Like you said, it was the Erling Haaland show in the second half, wasn't it, Kit? First goal. I would like to say it was a Julian Alvarez through ball because I've got him in FPL, but it did come off for him, didn't it?
No, it was. Two big defining moments was the goal we just discussed now, and then that third goal early on in the second half. It was good play from City, but it was a mistake from Ream, who played the ball directly into the path of Haaland, and he's just not going to miss from there. And once it became 3-1, then City really sort of turned on the style and played very, very well after that.
They did indeed, and the next goal, Darius, was a penalty, and it was Julian Alvarez, great work, fouled by Diop, and Erling Haaland. After last week, he's missed a penalty. He stepped up and he was very convincing. But he rarely lets us down, does he?
He does, and I think me and David spoke about it. He'll be disappointed for periods in the game for different reasons, but to get that opportunity of a penalty to go and stick it in, that's what he's waiting for, and he does put them away. And obviously the goal that you just mentioned before that, the fortune of getting in there, he's still got to put it away. And you can see on the video reaction the defender's face, as soon as he makes that mistake to put him through, he knows it. His defender's thinking, please miss, please miss. And with top players like that, they don't miss. Stick them away.
They don't miss indeed. And then the last seconds of the game, Erling Haaland got the man of the match in the stadium here. And we were all talking, in particular me and David James, about maybe Phil Foden, which we'll come to in a moment. But Erling Haaland scored another hat-trick, didn't he? He deserved the man of the match, James.
He deserved man of the match. And there's a couple of things, because one of my stats, which I love from last season, he didn't score a hat-trick if he hadn't scored the second goal within 12 minutes. Today it was 16 minutes between the first and second, so I didn't think he'd score the hat-trick. But let's not take away from Gomez.
Look at the look on Darius.
Yeah, it's right. It doesn't.
The stat man is blowing us all away as always.
The stats are there to be broken, whatever. But the play from Gomez down that left-hand side, that little fake cut inside, and the bit that got me was the fact that he was looking across the 6-yard line, not seemingly noticing Haaland, and then cuts the ball back for Haaland's run to put it back. What a goal! What? A beautiful, from goals of slight fortune to a goal of brilliance.
That was a beautiful end to the game because I felt like that was the quality that the game was waiting for. All the other goals were fortune, a bit of luck. Obviously, still had to put them away, but that was quality at its finest. The finish there was spot on.
It was a brilliant finish, but like we said, Sergio Gomez, very nice to see. He looked really, really good when he came on.
He was lively all the time he came on, and I mean, that great bit of skill there, that's against Castagna mind as well, as a top international fullback. So it's, you know, he's not doing it against some young kid or something. It was a real bit of quality, and then the cutback with the pace he put on the ball. I mean, it was a difficult finish still, and Haaland made it look easy, but it was just a goal of quality.
And we also saw a little cameo from Oscar Bob.
Oscar Bob.
We are massive Oscar Bob fans, and I imagine a lot of City fans are Oscar Bob fans. He did well, didn't he, Darius? He looked very composed on the ball. He's got quick feet.
He would have enjoyed that, to come on in a game, winning 4-1 or 5-1 or whatever it was, get on the ball and show a bit. He's probably going to want more time to do. You can tell that there's more quality to come from him, but I think that's good for him to see him, to get himself out there. There were opportunities there. He cut out, didn't he? He got a chance to get into the box and he cut out and passed it. And so we're desperate for him to do well, so hopefully that'll happen soon.
Took the words out of my mouth. We were all very, very excited for Oscar Bob. Great to see him there. And of course, Kit Rico as well. How high do you rate Rico, Lewis?
Yeah, both of them. I mean, they looked like... Listen, it was a good second half performance, but both came on at a really good time. But they both did very well. You know, they look both bright young talents, and the future's looking good.
And of course, Calvin Phillips came off from the bench. There's been a lot of talk about Calvin Phillips recently. There's no doubt in his quality. He's an international player. He's played very well at the international level, and hopefully he can kick on now, can't he, David?
Yeah, and again, something that I mentioned at half-time about when you mentioned substitutions. That game was not in total control, so the substitutions weren't made. As soon as City had the game under control, then the likes of Calvin Phillips come in. Similar to Oscar Bob, who had a fantastic pre-season. These are the games where you have to come on and impress. And I think Oscar did. I think Calvin Phillips done his bit. But in the end, I mean, that goal, the fifth goal, Gomez. That was
Sergio Gomez.
So good.
Sergio Gomez, Haaland, Manchester City. I did just see that question from Andy on the screen about me samba dancing. Hamstring injury, mate. But I will be samba dancing soon, 100%. Speaking of samba dancing, I got a photo with Alano. We met Alano, and what a legend. I feel like Erling Haaland and Alano could take penalties all day, couldn't they, JMO?
Yeah, well, not against me, though.
Not against you. Well, I won't mention the one that Alano scored against you, right?
Okay, all right, yeah.
Before we look ahead to our next fixture, let's talk about Player of the Month, Etihad Player of the Month now. We have got some nominees, gents. So we have got Kovacic, Rodri, and Phil Foden. Who's been the most impressive for you, Kit?
I think Rodri for his goals, maybe. I think he's, like I say, he's another element to his game that we didn't really expect. You know, all the talks about Haaland, obviously, but now he's almost become such an important player as well. So, I'd probably just about pick Rodri out of those three, but they've all been incredible.
It's an interesting graphic there. It makes Kovacic's teeth look very, very white. He's been brilliant, hasn't he, Darius? It's like he's been playing here for years.
Yeah, he's been brilliant. He's fit straight in, hasn't he? It's perfect for him. It's a great move for him. Just looking at those three, I agreed with the Rodri bit until today's performance. I think he's played his way out of it now a little bit from today. So from that, I would go with Foden. I just think he's the young boy, and he's the future of the club.
He is the future, and Phil Foden, of course, is there. But we've also got a Doku interview for you. So an interview of our man Jeremy Doku. Let's head there and hear from him.
Jeremy, it must be a great feeling to finally get your debut under your belt.
Yes, a great feeling, a nice win also. I think that makes it always better. Amazing crowd and a lot of goals today, so nice day.
How are you feeling this morning? You were a bit nervous before the game?
Before the game, a little bit. My first start for a big club like this, so yeah, I think it's normal. But I tried my best and tried to help the team as much as possible.
And you had some nice touches. You beat someone on the touchline. It went down really well with the fans as well. Does that help you a lot?
Yeah, especially that's why when we play at home. I think when you play at home, you have always an advantage, because when you do some stuff and the crowd is yelling positively, it's always helping. So yeah.
Yeah, a bit strange not having Pep here, isn't it? You've not experienced that yet, but are you looking forward to that?
Yeah, it's a bit strange, but I never saw him yet, so I don't see really the difference. But I think if it's here, it will be different. But the coaching staff that is here is already doing a good job, so waiting for his comeback.
And Erling Haaland, quiet game for him today, just the 3 goals. What is it like playing alongside a player like that?
Easy because he scores everything, so he doesn't need a lot of chances to score, and today we could see it. So in a difficult game he managed to score 3 goals, and it helps us a lot.
And you're looking forward to providing a lot of assists for him this season?
Yes, of course. That's why a little bit frustrated that I couldn't provide some assists or goals for the team today, but as a first game debut, I tried my best and try to do it for the next games.
Brilliant. 5-1 first game, can't get much better than that, can it?
Yeah, true.
Brilliant. Thanks a lot, Jeremy.
Thank you.
Nice to meet you. They want you back in the change room.
Oh, Jeremy Dockey, what a lovely fella, Darius.
Yeah, very fresh, isn't he? Very young, fresh, honest. We were just saying that's going to change soon. Be in Manchester for a while, you know what I mean? But once Pep gets his hands into him, you will see the best of him. He's had a good, first game, but there's more to come from him, and you can tell, and we're looking forward to seeing it.
What do you make of his performance then, Kit, quickly before we move on to our next opponents?
In flashes he showed a little bit of what he can do, but you expected him to get better and better, like I say, the longer he works with this fantastic squad of players and under a manager like Pep. We get better and better, used to the pace of the Premier League, which will be very different from what he's used to. A lot more to come from him.
A bit of a break from club football now. It's time for internationals. But after the international break, our next fixture is West Ham, David James. West Ham have been very, very good. Started the season very, very well. Tough game?
Well, you've got 2 of Europeans champions facing off, haven't we? So it will be. I mean, David Moyes, last season was a tough season for West Ham. He's started this season so well. Unusually yesterday against Luton, they had the lion's share of possession. I think their average was 20% over the first 3 games. I think it will be nearer the 20% than it would the 60 I did yesterday. But going to West Ham, they're in a good place at the moment. And I'd have to say, it was interesting listening to Doku there and what you were saying. There were spells, but the Man City side weren't playing what we used to seeing. So there's a part where a new player has to try and do a little bit more. I think next week will be very tough. After the international break, will be tough. I'm not giving you a prediction yet.
No predictions from you
No
yet?
predictions yet. But two of Europe's champions facing off. What a game.
Surely we're getting some predictions off one of you two. Darius, what's
I'd
your...
always go for a City win. I'm confident. I think the statement of who wins that game is important because West Ham have been doing brilliant. I think City are in a good place to say, OK, just calm down a bit. We're still here, yeah, and they can put the result in their face in that sense. They've got the players to do it, and that's what I predict, as well as West Ham have been doing, with all respect.
Absolutely, and Kit, of course, West Ham, let's touch on them again, what we were saying, they've done so well. They'll be happy to play us at the London Stadium now, aren't they? I mean, it's almost international break, can that ruin the rhythm a little bit?
It can do, but this City machine just keeps rolling on, and I think the fact that it's at West Ham as well puts a bit more. I say they will sit off, but their crowd will get a little bit restless if they sit back too much, and I think that will probably help City. To be fair, and you expect even teams when they sit off, City can break them down, as we've seen time and time again. They always find a way,
and it's where Haaland scored his first 2 City goals.
It was indeed, and we remember that. I remember the kit as well, the yellow one. Gents, it's been an absolute pleasure. Kit, thank you so much for making your Matchday Live debut. I'm sure we will see you soon. Darius, thank you for joining us for the second half of post-match. And of course, David, thank you as always. Now, we've seen the boys in blue here today, but are you ready for the new season? City Play can help you understand what you've done well on the pitch, might have to get this, and where you can develop. Measure over 25 metrics and skills like speed, first touch, dribbling, kicking power, and more. You can set clear goals, get benchmarks, track your progress, and make the season unforgettable. Search City Play to find out more. Thank you for watching Matchday Live.
City Play's really helping me achieve my ambitions in football.
City Play's really helped us communicate by talking positively about what's happened during the game.
Data is really important. If you set yourself a target, then you can have something to aim for and look to achieve.
It's helpful with my coach. He can see all my stats and help me improve.
It's been unbelievable, his development. Rather than didn't you do well, we can actually back it up with what has he